So I'm going to do a quick overview on the updates in the PID app and how to enable it to where it's shutdown aware and to where it is calibration aware or hold aware, depending on the situation that is needed at the time. So I am in a RMC. I'm going to turn on a shutdown app. I'm going to turn on a PID app. And the requirements for this to work is that, one, we have to have a measurement tube if we're going to have it be calibration aware. So we need to have a tube turned on that we can point this to. And then two, we need to have a shutdown app turned on that we can point this to on that side as well. So I'm going to go through that process there. And if necessary, I'm going to turn on a plunger lift app to show that as well, if the plunger lift app and the ESD valve are sharing the same valve. Okay, to begin with, we're going to turn on I'm going to turn on an AGA3 tube. Actually, I think I've already got a measurement tube. I do. Okay, so I have a liquid tube right here. That is on. I'm going to turn on a AGA3 tube just in case. Okay. Now I'm going to turn on a shutdown app. Okay, and I'm going to turn on a PID app as well. Okay, and I am in a RMC 100, and this should be the same process, whether it be in an XFC, XRC, RMC, or XIO. So I'm going to send those. And I'm going to show you what the firmware revision should be for this PID update to show up in order to see what I'm going to be showing you today. And also your PCCU version, you can see down here that I've got 7.77. You need to be at least 7.75 or higher in order to see what I'm about to show you. I'm going to turn on plunger control as well. Okay. Now that that is done, I'm going to come over here to registry. Alright, so I'm going to point out a couple things here. Okay, so here's the flash software part number for the RMC. This is not the latest one that is out, but this is one of the closest. So this is going to be a -040 is when it first came out. That was released early fourth quarter, late third quarter last year in 2023. And then the OS is going to be a -006 at the latest, or oldest. But this is what I'm working with today on that side. Okay, so I'm going to come over here, okay, to PID control. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple things on this. Alright, so you'll notice that we've got some extra tabs up here going across the top. The older version of the PID app, I think, only has 3, if I remember right. So we're going to first go to advanced. Okay, in the advanced section, this is where the hold logic is going to be located. So I'm going to blow this up and scroll down here at the bottom. Okay, hold type. We want to set this on primary as tube. Okay, so we want to select tube. Don't do calibrate. That's something completely different. Okay, we're going to do it as tube. I'm going to set this one as tube as well, just in case override logic is used on this. Okay, we don't need to worry about a hold address because this is going to automatically sync up with one of the measurement tubes. Okay, and each PID app that is associated to a tube, the only time that that PID app should ever be in hold during a calibration event is when you're on the tube in question or the measurement point in question. All the other ones should be running normally at that time. Okay. All right, reset hold off. I'm going to recommend to either do, I prefer retain mode, but at the very least I would do auto. What these mean is that when you are done with doing a calibration, do you want the PID app to remain in manual? Do you want it to go to auto and start controlling, or do you want to retain what its last mode was? So if the PID app was in manual prior to it going into calibration, when you exit calibration, it will go back to manual. On the reverse side, if the PID app was in auto prior to going in calibration, and when you come out of calibration, it'll go back to auto automatically on that side. So just on a brief explanation there. But I'm going to do it to auto for now. Okay, I'm going to send that. Okay, you see here, that is all pretty much done. So I'm going to now go to setup. I'm going to blow this up. Okay, here's where the shutdown logic is. Okay, so if you have this shutdown app and you want it to be aware, on that side we're going to enable this. I'm going to point it to 161. Okay, I want it to go to auto. Just for this discussion, I prefer retain mode, but I'm just going to go to auto for this. I'm going to send that. Okay, I'm going to reread it. Okay, nothing is in shutdown right now. Right. Okay, output side. Okay, just like normal, you're going to put your analog output value here. Whether you're doing 0 to 100% or milliamps on this, that's up to you to set on your side. Okay, I'm going to come to operations now. Okay, so I'm going to do just some made up set points here. I'm going to do 250, 5, we'll just say 10, 1.5, 1, and double out 1. Okay. I'm going to do that for now. I'm going to do it in primary only. I'm going to set it to auto. Okay. Valve is starting to open. There's nothing shutting us in. Okay, so I'm going to come to the shutdown app. I'm going to enable this. Okay, startup enable. Everything's good to go there. Okay, I'm going to shut it down. Come back to PID control. Okay, I'm in shutdown. I'm in manual mode. I'm at 0%. Okay, I clear that shutdown. Okay, it's clear. I come back to PID control. It's back in auto, and the valve is opening back up. Okay, that's exactly what we want it to do on that point. Okay, so now I'm going to go into calibration. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and go to calibration. Okay, and I'm going to open up a new window so that we can see these side by side. I'm going to check that box. I'm going to reread. Let's see, I need... Let's see, I'm missing something. Let's see, come to here, advance. Oh, I need to put in a register. That's how it gets tied together. Where is that? PID address. We're going to do 13.7.19. Oh. 13.7.19. Okay, we'll do 11.7.0 just for 13. Okay, so this is the register base that is going to tie this to what app is going to be on there. Okay, so now that I'm on there and I've actually got the information entered like I need to, I'm in calibration hold. So we're in manual and the valve froze, okay, at the last position before it went into calibration hold, okay? So we're in hold here. So if I take off this slack from being in hold, okay, I'm going to take it out of hold, okay? This stays in hold. I'm going to take this one out of hold. Okay, it stays in hold because I still have that where the process variable register is still attached to that. So I'm going to put the lacked back in hold, and I'm going to take off the AGA3 out of hold. Okay, you can see it goes back to auto. Okay, we're starting to open up again. So if I go back into calibration, I check the box. Okay, it goes to cal hold, manual, and it freezes. Alright, so that's how you do the calibration hold and to make it shutdown aware. That's the new stuff that ABB just created. So I'm going to take this out of calibration. I'm going to close out. Take them all out of hold. That goes back to auto. Okay, so now in Plunger, I'm going to go to Plunger. I'm going to go setup. Okay, I'm going to put this at manual for now. Okay, and I'm going to come to the valve setup. Okay, and this is new as well that you won't see unless you have an upgraded version. Okay, down here at valve control. Okay, VC/PID app. This is new. Right here, I'm going to type in 101. If this is the PID app that is associated with that that same valve that your shutdown app and the PID app are associated to. Okay, so I'm going to have it to where it's going to go into auto. What auto means is that as soon as the plunger lift app tells the valve to start opening, it's going to open with whatever settings I've got in the PID app. So it's going to start automatically controlling based on what the error is between the set point and what the current flow rate is, and it's going to slowly open up to that point. Okay, there's another one in here if you want to treat that 4 to 20 like a snap valve. Okay, it's going to go from 4, which is valve closed, to 20 with nothing in between. It's just going to go 4, 20, 4, 20. Okay, so if you want that type of logic set, do it as ramp open. If you want it to open up in a true PID form, keep it on auto. I'm going to keep it in auto for the moment. Okay, I'm going to send that. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to put this in enabled. Okay, and we're going to watch this. Okay, so if I come back up to the top, it's enabled. Okay, it's tracking through its times. I'm going to come up to PID control. I'll show you remote force valve close. That is because the plunger lift app is overriding this in order to keep the valve closed. Once the command comes in for it to open, this will go to auto and the valve will start opening. Now I probably need to lower some of my off times here. Let's see, close. No, close timer, so I'm going to lower you down to 20 seconds. Try to force this thing into a valve open position. Okay. Oh, it didn't take. Okay, so that should be opening now. Come back to here. Okay, it's in auto, and the valve is now opening. Okay, so the plunger lift app. Plunger is arriving, and we are in lifting scenario. So that allowed the PID app to open during that sequence. Alright, so shutdown app, one thing I was going to go over here is if you go to setup, number of wells, so this is how you can tie the shutdown app to be the master or overseer of the plunger lift app to where they're not fighting for the same point. Okay. Now that I've got one well here, and you can do this up, you can have one shutdown app tied to 10 plunger lift wells if you wanted to. I prefer to have an individual shutdown app per well so that you got cascading shutdowns. Okay, come to well setup. Okay, leave this schedule disabled, enable the shutdown. Okay, I'm going to come over here to app. I'm going to type in 121 for plunger lift app 1. I'm going to send that. I'm going to reread. Okay, so now this is shutdown aware. So the plunger lift app is aware of the shutdown, and now the PID app is aware of the shutdown. So now, if I shut this in, just to show, it's still normal operations. Okay, doing all that, I'm going to shut it in though. Okay, so I'm going to go through a shutdown sequence here. Okay, shutdown. I'm going to go to plunger lift. Okay, it's in fail, it's in shutdown, and I'm going to go to PID, and I'm in shutdown at 0%. Hopefully that answers any questions that you guys may have on this, and let me know if there's anything else I need to provide.